William Osborne, 1965. Yeah. Uh, it's a bit of a goodie, to be honest with you. I mean, it does have its problems, which will be rectified, hopefully. But yeah. Got as much info out of the guy as I could, really. Still, not much is known about the actual vessel and what it's got and what it hasn't got. So I've been retracing all systems back and forth, over the last week. One of them being the electrical side of it, because I couldn't get it running. But since we actually got it running yesterday, after a couple of days fucking them out with it, yeah, and I've got drive as well, because I tested that out as well. I'm not sure about reverse, because I haven't tested that yet, because we ran into another problem, and that was basically the water outlet, and we're not sure, well, I'm not sure where the water inlet is. So with that, I started lifting all the deck hatches and shit, having a good look around. Now, I've got this, which is basically a huge folder, with all the pieces of the engine in. Okay, I'll show you what I mean. So we got this. We got all the schematics for the engine, part numbers, and listings. Okay. Just to prove a point, we've got another two here. Yeah, you got those two there, schematics, and all the parts listed. G1, G2, yeah, okay. G3. While I was going through the boat, I've seen like a setup like this, but what I've got on these sections, the pipes going down, there's two small drinks bottles mounted, I don't know, what the fuck is that? Yeah, I'm not sure. Could be oil, oil pump out or whatever, I'm not sure, don't know. That's why I need another pair of eyes on this boat. I mean, I'm dealing with systems probably older than I am. You know what I mean? So fucking hell. Right, the part I'm more interested in is this section here, which is the water inlet filter. Yeah, now I've seen something like this, just this bottom part with a handle, right, in between the engines. And I'm like, is the water inlet and outlet actually connected? I've seen some water coming out of the exhaust, but looking back on it, I mean, I got into the habit of looking on the left hand side of the exhaust because of the Colvic, right? So I didn't take into the account for the other exhaust on the other side to the other engine. You know what I mean? It has been hot as well. It's been majorly hot, so progress has been quite slow. But yeah, trying to find the actual seacock. I mean, I'm not exactly sure how this is being cooled even, and I'm not going to move anywhere without any coolant going around the engine. But as I was going through this, I noticed this, yeah, which you might find quite handy if you need to use something like this for your own wiring, yeah. But there you go. It shows all the amps, all the voltages, all the gauges of the wire thickness, yeah. So if you just want to do a print screen of that right now and then print it off or whatever, that's good to go, isn't it? So, there you go, dudes. Now, as I said, the reason why I went for this boat in the first place is because of the hull being in such good condition. I mean, the first time I saw this, one or two panels were lifted, yeah, and I had a good look in one of the engine bays, yeah, which is all painted, yeah, and dry, yeah, not a mark on it. So it's a solid hull, yeah, with no leaks. But yeah, the only thing I've got to do is figure that water system and get another pair of eyes on it, because you know the only engine I've really messed about with is a nanny diesel. You know what I mean? And that was just one engine. I'm dealing with fucking two bastards now, aren't I? You know what I mean? Oh, that's a fucking shit like that. What was I going to fucking say? Oh yeah, as I managed to get this fucking engine running, I did test the drive on it, as I said. I mean, you know, we're all still tied up to the moorings, you know, the pontoon shit. I didn't test it that much, you know. I just stuck into drive a little bit. And I put the boat pushed forward a little bit, and it just went like that. And I was like, this is actually pulling, okay. I had a friend with me anyway, because I got a friend down over there as well. And I said, do you mind hopping off the back and having a look round there? And, you know, make sure it's pissing water, which it really wasn't, yeah. I'm not sure exactly how this works. I mean, do both exhausts, you know, probably, isn't it? But that's what I mean, I don't know. But it's such a well-built boat, is, you know, trying to get to look through it, with all the junk that the owner left, literally, like a whole drainage system, yeah. It's fucking ridiculous, mate. So, but yeah, I took all the tarpaulins off it because it was a nice week this week. So I took all the tarpaulins off it a few days ago. So I've got to go over tomorrow, yeah, and put one of the tarpaulins back on, because it's going to be raining pretty much all week. So that's going to be a job done quickly tomorrow morning, I think. It's a good job I got a roll of this, isn't it? Because I ain't using that shitty towboat shit anymore. But yeah, we got a roll of this, so it's all good. It'll take me about half an hour to sort that out. And might actually have a quick talk to one of the guys at the marina, and see what we can work out. But if I can get the actual water system running through the engine, yeah, I mean, it might just be a case of it's been sat there for so long, yeah, that it's going to take a little while for the water to actually get through the system again. So, I might see and do that, because when I started it the first time, I did keep an eye on the pressure gauges and shit like that, and we only ran it not that long, The first priority was to get it started and running, and we did, so the next job is to get it started, running, and just basically leave it for a little while, see if it fucking gets all the water going through it, and if it does, job done. We can get out of there. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. I am going to need some diesel as well, so that's one of the other things I've got to sort out. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit tricky getting out of that marina, yeah, with one engine, but I should be able to manage it with all my years of experience. But if we can't get that water system running, I ain't going anywhere.